Have you ever met someone who thinks they're better than everyone else? Well, let me introduce you to Jack. Jack is one of those people who certainly doesn't lack talent. He's got it in spades, but along with his talent, he carries an enormous ego. He's the guy who's always first to tell you about his latest success, his most recent victory, but it's more than just a bit of boasting. Jack has this air about him, this aura of superiority that makes him believe he's above everyone else. He looks down on people, belittles their achievements, and dismisses their dreams. Jack, you see, lacks two crucial things: humility and respect. He fails to understand that every person has their own unique journey, their own set of triumphs and trials, but like they say, everyone gets their comeuppance. And Jack, well, let's just say, but little did Jack know life had a lesson in store for him. Life has a unique way of teaching us lessons, and Jack was about to learn his. Everything was going swimmingly for Jack, or so he thought. His arrogance, as vast as an ocean, blinded him to the reality of his situation. Jack was about to find out that pride comes before a fall. He was on top of his game at work, or at least that's what he believed. But as the saying goes, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. One day Jack made a blunder, a massive one. His arrogance had led him to overlook a crucial detail on a major project. The result? A significant loss for the company. The waves of his mistake rippled out, affecting everyone in its path. The very people he had always looked down upon, his colleagues, were left to clean up his mess. This was Jack's fall from his high horse. It was a humbling experience, one that left a sour taste in his mouth. He had always thought he was above making such mistakes, that he was better than everyone else, but here he was, staring at the disaster he had caused, his arrogance washed away by the tide of his mistake. But was this the end of his arrogance? Could one mistake really change a person that much? Well, life was about to teach Jack a lesson he would never forget. It was a bitter pill to swallow for Jack, but the lesson was far from over. Sometimes it takes a fall to rise better. That's exactly what happened to Jack. After his rather humbling experience, Jack started to see things from a different perspective. It was as if he had been looking through a distorted mirror all this time, and now suddenly he was seeing his true reflection. He began to understand the importance of humility, something he had overlooked for the better part of his life. Jack started to grasp the concept that he was not the center of the universe, and that everyone around him had their own lives, their own struggles, and their own stories to tell. Slowly but surely, Jack started to rectify his mistakes. He began to treat his colleagues with respect, acknowledging their hard work and giving credit where credit was due. No longer was he the man who took all the glory for himself. Instead, he became someone who valued the contributions of others. Jack started to listen more and talk less. He became more approachable, more understanding, and more empathetic. He learned to put himself in others' shoes, to see things from their point of view. This was a new Jack, a changed man. He was no longer the arrogant person he used to be. He had learned a valuable lesson, one that transformed him into a better person. And that's how Jack learned the importance of humility. So what can we learn from Jack's story? Well, Jack's journey provides us with a compelling narrative about the significance of humility and respect in our lives. His arrogance, a trait that once made him feel superior, eventually led to his downfall. It pushed away those who cared about him and isolated him from the world. The beauty in Jack's story, however, lies in his transformation. He learned the hard way that humility isn't a weakness but a strength. It's the ability to recognize our own limitations and to appreciate the value that others bring into our lives. Humility fosters growth, opens the door for learning, and nurtures better relationships. In a society that often glorifies self-promotion and ego, Jack's tale serves as a poignant reminder that true success is not measured by how high we can climb alone, but by how we treat others on our way up. Remember, no matter how talented you are, humility is a virtue that makes you a better person.